So in DBT, it allows you to write some custom SQL tests. This means you can have actual business logic incorporated into your testing. You don't have to rely on just the preset that is in the DBT utils package. That's where those 5 tests we just talked about are coming from. You can do it. There's 2 different ways to really do it. You can create a macro, which allows you to kind of make a variable of a test if you wanted to ensure, oh, these are always going to be paused values, or these are going to need to be between these extremes, or I need this to be this metric to be a function of this other metric that you can put in SQL. You can put that in a macro, so you can reuse across different tables by just saying, you know, this column, this column, this column, or you can write just a straight SQL file and put it in your test folder, right? So you don't have to worry about trying to write a macro if you don't want to deal with that type of YAML. Also, Reki, obviously plug, and one things we'll get to is we can do custom queries as well. And just something to know, if you ever look at the DBT utils package, under the hood, it is just essentially doing these type of tests that it's just written. You're just allowed to call them, right? So instead of having to just do DBT utils for macros, you can also write macros in the same way. So if you want some templates to do that, I recommend looking at that repo. There's another type of test, unit test. This is for when you have a bunch of data and you want to check that business logic. But unlike here, which will run on your actual data to get an answer, maybe you don't have the compute. Maybe it's just really inefficient, right? Maybe you just don't need to check over across production schema. So this will not run on your actual data. You will create a very small fake data set. Like you define the data set, just where it's like, this will be my inputs, and you'll tell in the test, and we'll show in a moment, expected outputs. You'll use this when you have complex logic that you just need to make sure works. And if it works for the small data set, you can extrapolate that will also work for the production data set.